Hi guys, so this video is a little bit different from my normal ones, as in this one I'm actually being sponsored to do. I have a few companies that actually sponsor me sort of in general, but this is the first video that's actually been sponsored, and it's by ELEGOO. And as you can see, here's my little resin printer. Yeah, a little bit dirty, probably because I use it quite a bit. Yeah, nice little printer, but this video has been sponsored by them. And it's also to help promote a 3D model maker called Jukka. I hope I'm saying that right. There are going to be links in the description, guys. And this is one of the models that this person has made. Yeah, very detailed, very intricate. Yeah, a little bit tricky to paint as well, especially getting inside this thing, because it was sort of printed in one bit. So, to carry on with this. Yeah, so obviously say this has been sponsored by ELEGOO. They haven't told me what to say, so it literally is a case of they gave me a model, sent me some resin and said print this out, paint it to your best ability or however you can paint it, and yeah, make a video on it, and that's what I'm doing here. So they've not told me what to say at all, but I will say though, I have found this printer to be very good. No real sort of flaws in it at all, nice and fast. Obviously the plate on it could be larger, but then again I think we can say that about most things. Size does help. So anyway, back onto this. So I hadn't heard of this model maker before, but they're over at myminifactory, which is somewhere where I do get a lot of my STL files from. And yeah, if you look at the detail on this figure, yeah, incredible. So I must admit, I was a bit daunted about painting this because there is a lot of detail on this. So I actually printed this larger than the scale that I normally work with. Obviously I normally print my miniatures to like the 32mm scale, but this one I actually printed quite a bit bigger just to make it easier for me to paint. So the file that I had didn't actually come with any supports, but they were easy enough to make in the software that comes with the ELEGOO printer. As you can see, yeah, loads of supports sort of added. You can do it sort of automatically, and then you can go in afterwards just to add in any extra you feel may be necessary. And as you can see, there's a lot of them. They're nice and thin notes, so these do come off nice and easy afterwards, which is awesome. And like any of the printing, it's simply a case of saving onto a USB, sticking it in the machine, and then pressing a few buttons. And here we go. So this is about 2.5 hours later, and it's come out, and yeah, looking good. It's all there. No problems with the supports, which is cool because I say these supports I did myself. I do generally prefer it when a model comes with its own supports, because then you know there's not going to be any issues. But yeah, the supports I did came out pretty cool. And then it's obviously a case of sliding it off the base plate, which is certainly simple enough to do. Yeah, comes off nice and easy, and obviously just needs a sort of like a wash and then to be cured. But yeah, no, really pleased with how this came out, because this is a very intricate looking model. So it went in the wash station, and as you can see now, it's in some water. This is pretty warm water, and this obviously helps give it more of a clean. But more importantly, it helps the all the supports come off nice and easy. And yeah, they do just that. Yeah, so the software that comes with ELEGOO is really good because it does do all the supports automatically. But you can obviously go in and do it manually if you really wanted to. But yeah, I'm not that good with supports, so I like to do it the auto way. And then if I do see anything that looks like it needs any more supports, I'll put them in. But yeah, so putting it in the warm water certainly helps the supports come off nice and easy, because they are very, very soft. So once this is done and cleaned up, then it goes back in to be cured, and then on to the fun bit of painting. And I say this is very detailed, probably more so than a lot of the figures that I print off. Again, which is why I printed this bigger than I would normally, just because I think if this had been my usual scale, it would have been quite difficult to paint, especially the inside here, inside the dress, because it has come as one part, and obviously you can't quite get to the back bits that easily. So there's like a mirror frame that comes with it as well. So obviously I printed the parts for that, and as you can see, yeah, the supports just peel off nice and easy there as well, which is pretty awesome. So painting wise, I thought I'd go with the speed paints on this, which is why I've given this a nice coat of a white primer. And yeah, I say looking really, really good there. Yeah, just hope I can do a decent paint job. Again, I am really enjoying the painting now, so whatever happens, basically. But yeah, the speed paints are obviously awesome because they are nice and quick, nice and easy. I've only got a few colours at the moment. I am hoping to get the full range of colours sometime in the next sort of maybe few months. But for the moment, I'll just use these ones that I've got. And using my good old pot holder, Again, right or wrong, I kind of paint straight from the pots, as I don't like to waste any of this paint. So rather than sort of pouring it into something and then using it, I just use it straight from the pot. And starting off with a good old skin colour. So yes, that's why I've gone for the white primer, just because then you can just go over it with these speed paints, and well, that's it basically. You don't need to do any extra sort of bits or any washes or any of that kind of stuff. It's all contained in the one paint, which is pretty cool. As you can see, I did get a little splodge there on her chest, but the other good thing is with this speed paint, it does take a little while to sort of fully dry. I mean, we're not talking ages, but enough time that I can just get a little cloth and give it a little wipe, and there you go. No one knew it was there. So yeah, so you can just carry on painting the rest of it. The one problem I do have, guys, which is why this channel will never ever be about me painting solely, because I do have problems trying to paint and film at the same time. As you can see, part of the figure's obviously gone out of the shot straight away, and that's because whenever I hold something to paint it, I move it around quite a lot. Sometimes I hold it nearer my face, sometimes I hold it further away from my face, and that's why trying to paint something like this is incredibly difficult. But I do persevere and yeah, try and paint as much as I can on camera. So yeah, so definitely for the larger bits where I don't need to hold it right near my face, obviously it's a whole lot easier. So if you guys have got an ELEGOO printer or use speed paints, let me know in the comments how you get on with them. I've really enjoyed using them, but it'd be nice to obviously see what you guys think of both the resin printer and the speed paints. So again, hopefully I'm getting some more speed paints later on for the full range, because I will certainly use them a whole lot more. But for this figure, I knew I was only going to need a few colours. Obviously his skin tone, the dress, which is pretty much be all sort of red, and then the hair, I thought I'd go for a yellowish colour. And obviously the good thing with this is I do sort of like go over it at the very end just to tidy up some bits. So lots of the colour I do now, there's a few bits where I want to go white again. But the good thing is with the speed paints, you can paint over them with obviously the lighter colour and certainly the white really, really well. Do have a few problems with the skin tone though. When you put that on, if you do sort of put it on and then when you get back, if you go over the whole figure in the skin tone, and then when you get back to the original part where you first started and then put like an extra little bit of a layer on where you might have missed some areas, you do get quite a lot of difference in the sort of the tone of the colour. And as you can see, I've got some sort of lighter bits and darker bits, which is pretty hard to resolve without going over the whole thing again, but then obviously making the skin tone, well, a whole lot darker basically. So fairly easy to paint, as in there's not many colours to this. But obviously this isn't the kind of thing that I would normally sort of print off. Obviously it doesn't really sort of fit with my D&D sort of stuff. But my daughter, when she first saw what I was doing, she's like, oh yeah, I'll have that. So yeah, this is going to go to my daughter and it'll probably sit on her shelf, which is cool. Because it's obviously a lot larger than the usual sort of size that I print, and yeah, possibly wouldn't fit in with the D&D sort of style stuff. As you can see, I'm doing a little bit of cheating here for the eyes. Rather than trying to paint little eyeballs in, I'm using one of the sort of the permanent sort of markers. Yeah, it doesn't do too bad a job. Obviously, maybe a little bit cross-eyed, but probably better job than if I try to use a paintbrush. My paint skills, they're all right. I certainly enjoy it, but they're not anything spectacular. And yeah, so it didn't take too long painting this at all. Again, speed paints live up to their name, make things nice and easy, good result. And yeah, there you go. So there's the main bit, and obviously this is the other bit that I printed out. This came in 4 sections. Obviously simple enough to glue, and then I actually sprayed this with some gold spray that I've got, which is pretty cool. And there we go, job done. So nice and simple. So thank you ELEGOO for obviously sending me the printer and sponsoring this video. So the first time I've ever actually been sponsored in a video, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, I'll happily be sponsored again. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. I just want to say a quick shout out and thank you to all my patrons, as well as the sponsors, for helping making it possible for me to sort of keep making these videos and obviously buying the materials I need to build stuff. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Leave comments down below, hit the like button, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, take care, bye for now.